I'm gonna let you in on a secret. I have more than 12,000 followers on LinkedIn. I landed my dream job thanks to my presence there. Plus, I've been able to work with some amazing brands as a LinkedIn creator. That's obviously not the secret, this is. One of the biggest mistakes I see people making on LinkedIn has nothing to do with posting or content or connection requests. It's much more simple than that. It's their profiles. Your LinkedIn profile is the first impression you make on potential employers or clients, and honestly, most people are just getting it wrong. But it is so easy to fix. I promise we're gonna sort it out right now. My name is Kirsty Lang. I'm a senior content writer at Buffer and I'm a LinkedIn creator. So go and log in to LinkedIn real quick, but keep listening because what I'm about to say is very important. This guide is not just for aspiring creators or job hunters. All of the stuff we're gonna walk through together will help you work towards achieving both of those goals. We're gonna start with what I believe is the most important tip for anyone who wants to tap into the power of LinkedIn. So, choose the right profile photo. If you skip everything else on this list, do this one thing at least. First impressions matter, and your profile photo is the first thing folks are gonna see. Not your name, not your title, your picture. So to change your photo and all of the settings we're gonna walk through in this list, by the way, you'll need to go over to your LinkedIn profile and click on the little pencil next to the section you want to change, or the picture, if it's an image that you're changing. So starting with your profile picture, open your camera roll, we're gonna find you a new photo. So there are about 4 things that you are looking for when you choose. The number one thing we're looking for here is good quality. We want a high-res photo. Pixelated, blurry photos say, I'm not professional, I didn't put any effort into this really, don't even bother looking at the rest of my profile. So that's not what we want. So number 2, your face must be visible. This implies trustworthiness. Make sure your face takes up about 60% of the screen or the frame, I'd say. That also means that you shouldn't be wearing sunglasses or have any artistic effects or filters. I promise, you look great. You don't need a filter. Next up, you're looking for warmth in your expression. So LinkedIn doesn't have to be stiff or corporate. You should smile. You want to imply that you're a nice person. Then lastly, a neutral setting. So you don't have to be in an office. It can absolutely be something casual like a photo your partner took, but probably not, at a pub or a bar or a club, something like that. Common sense rules really do apply here. So while we're on the photos, it makes sense for us to change your background image or cover photo at the same time. It's not as critical as your profile photo because it's not going to appear anywhere else other than your profile, but it's still really important real estate. If a hiring manager is checking out your profile or someone is just deciding whether or not they're gonna follow you, this really can have an impact. So I'm gonna edit in a couple of really good cover photos to inspire you as I talk. So when you're choosing your cover photo, you wanna choose something that reflects your industry or your personality. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I had a photo of London I found on Unsplash for a little while. It really can be as simple as that. But if you work for a company, consider using branding that aligns with your employer. A lot of companies will have their own designs that you can use, so do ask for that. But if you are very serious about building your personal brand, you could create something that shares a little bit more about some of the key things that you do. So you can add a couple of words, but keep it clean and not too busy. There are loads of templates on places like Canva that you can tap into here. Next up, write a clear headline and about section. So here's where most people drop the ball. Your headline and about section are critical for getting found and making people want to connect with you or hire you. Your headline is almost as important as your profile picture because it shows up in the feed and when you send someone a connection request. But here's the catch, you only have 220 characters. So when you write yours, I'd suggest you go beyond just your job title. A big thing should be to include keywords that you want to be known for. So if you want to show up in the search results for, say, senior content writer, it's a great idea to include that term. Ideally, you want to show what you actually do and who you can help as well. An example here, I'm going to use mine. So I have content writer at Buffer, words and video for humans, optimized for robots. But if that one's a little bit cheeky, you could choose to go with what Kimberly has done over here or Angela has done here. Really, they've chosen important keywords that they want to show up for and just included those in their headline. That is a great strategy. So when that is done, we're going to tackle your about section. So here is where you tell your professional story, where you've been, what you do, who you can help, and what you're passionate about. Try to keep it conversational, and whatever you do, please don't do this. Don't just dump some unedited AI-generated text in there. It's really important to convey personality and value and effort, especially if you're looking for a job. I feel very strongly about this, if you can tell. Again, you want to include those keywords. So those are terms you want to be known for or appear in searches for. Things like content writer or freelance video editor, production assistant, product manager, kind of job titles, but also these can be skills as well. Then as much as possible, try to make it about the value you bring rather than just a list of accomplishments. Then detail your experience section. This is where we are gonna level up. Your experience section is kind of like the evidence you provide to back up all the value that you've said you can offer. So it is also very, very important. Also important, don't just list job titles and responsibilities here. Instead, you want to be very specific about things that you've accomplished. So what did you achieve in each role? What problems did you solve? Try to make it very scannable and easy to digest, so use bullet points. You're also going to want to include keywords, again, that hiring managers or potential clients would search for. Most importantly though, you want to quantify your results as much as possible. So instead of saying managed social media accounts, say grew Instagram following from 5,000 to 50,000 in 6 months, resulting in a 200% increase in website traffic. That's amazing. I want to hire you. So make it really tangible and try to show how much impact you've had with your work rather than just the work that you've done. Build out your skills and get recommendations. So this one is really quick. Hang in there. We are almost done. I promise you are so close to optimizing your profile. But if you've been ignoring your skills section, you are missing out on a huge opportunity to get discovered. LinkedIn allows you to add, I think it's up to 50 skills, but I would recommend focusing on your 10 to 15 most relevant ones so it's not overwhelming for people looking at your profile. You're going to want to mix hard and soft skills. So hard skills are going to be technical abilities. So things like Google Analytics, SEO, video editing, Python, HTML, that sort of thing. And then your soft skills are going to be things like leadership, communication, problem solving. Both of those are equally important. So getting recommendations. I know this can feel really intimidating and a bit strange to do, but it's so important as a validation of your skills. It's probably the strongest proof you can have on your profile that you are good at what you do. So definitely don't skip the section, and it's much easier than it seems. So you can request a recommendation right in this section. All you have to do is tap the little plus and then request a recommendation from a specific person. Easy as that. Just sending a message. But if you really want to make sure you get a recommendation from a specific person, the best thing to do is give one first. So head over to the person's profile, unprompted, give them a lovely recommendation, and I can almost guarantee that they're gonna give one back. So yeah, that's a good strategy as well. It's also just a nice thing to do. Pro tip here, I would go for quality over quantity. So try and get someone who was a senior leader in your previous company or current company if you can. Then use the featured section to showcase your best work. Here's where you can really shine. LinkedIn's featured section lets you highlight your best work right at the top of your profile. This is great if you're a creator actively posting on LinkedIn, of course, but it doesn't have to be just posts. You can have all sorts of things here, like blog posts or articles you've written. You can even upload PDFs of projects you've worked on, presentations, speaking engagements, videos, media appearances, case studies, your portfolio. Really, this space is your oyster. It's visual proof of what you can do. So definitely use it to showcase work that demonstrates your expertise and makes people want to learn more. Customize your LinkedIn URL. So this is another really quick win. Did you know that you can customize your LinkedIn URL to make it super clean and professional? So instead of whatever the heck this is with all the dashes and numbers, you can have something that just includes your name. So to do this, click on the Me icon at the top of your LinkedIn homepage, then click Edit Public Profile and URL on the right. Under Edit Custom URL, you'll type in whatever words you would like to appear in your desired URL. You might have to try a couple of combinations patience to get something that isn't chosen yet. Then click save, easy peasy. Now your LinkedIn profile looks professional on resumes, signatures, and in business cards. Yay. Adjust your public profile settings for maximum visibility. So here are those sneaky hidden settings you 100% should consider turning on to make sure your profile is, firstly, actually visible to the people who matter, and maybe even more importantly, people can easily follow you. To do this, you need to go to your profile settings, then settings and privacy, then visibility. Now, it's definitely worth reviewing all of these settings, by the way. Definitely have a look at them and make sure you have everything set up right while you are here. But the one we're looking for right now is profile discovery and visibility off LinkedIn. So definitely turn that on. This basically means people are going to be able to find your LinkedIn profile if they Google you, which is obviously very important for building a personal brand. And if someone is reviewing a resume, they might Google you, and obviously you want the first thing to come up to be your LinkedIn profile. Then you know how some people have this cool follow button on LinkedIn and some people don't. It just says connect under their profile. It actually has nothing to do with how many connections you have or whether or not you've started posting. It's literally just a setting you turn on, and I think it's off by default. So a lot of people are missing out on potential followers just by not having this setting turned on. So in your LinkedIn settings, you're gonna head back over to visibility and then scroll all the way down to followers and who can follow you. You're gonna choose everyone on LinkedIn. So this makes it possible for anybody to follow you, whether they're a connection or not, which obviously if you're building an audience, this is what you want. And then most importantly, you're gonna wanna make follow primary. So that will turn on that little follow button on your profile. People can still connect with you, but it'll make follow the most prominent thing. Okay, that's it. We are done, but don't stop there. We have optimized, but remember, your LinkedIn profile isn't a static resume. It's a living, evolving representation of your professional journey. You definitely want to keep updating it as you grow, add new skills, and hit new milestones. Now, if you are serious about becoming a LinkedIn creator, definitely don't miss our guide to the best time to post on LinkedIn, as well as how often you should be posting for maximum impact. Both of these are studies done by our data scientists, and our findings are backed by millions of LinkedIn posts. So that's how you know you can trust them. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please do give it a like and subscribe to the Buffer channel for more LinkedIn advice and advice on social platforms in general. I'll see you in the next one.